The show for me and you. Mondays to Fridays, ooh, the Traffic Avenue. Traffic Avenue. The show for me and you. Mondays to Fridays, ooh, the Traffic Avenue.
Oh, flex. Buckle up and join the best. Let's see, relieve your stress. So yes, let the music soothe your soul and keep it going just to refresh. Buckle and enjoy the ride from 2 to the half of the 5. Mondays to Fridays happening live. Where we gon' have a ball, you can text your guys. Let me tell you what you really gotta do. You can count on us, we come through. We got everything you need, that's true. Are you ready for the Traffic Avenue? Let me tell you what
we are back, bringing you the latest lineup from Betway. Betway starts strong with their front two, with Free Play Friday and Swipe Bet. In the middle, you've got all the control with Cash Out and Build a Bet. Plus, with Win Boost, you can boost your sports bet. At the back, they have Smart Picks and the Partial Daily Jackpot.
You always get way more with Betway.
This
advert has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly. No under 18. Terms and conditions apply. Betway. Get way more.
Citi 97.3. Accra. Citi 97.3. More variety.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Citi News.
It's 17:30 GMT. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. I am Umaru Sanda Amadu. Tonight, I'm here with
Adjoatin Krama Domina.
And coming up over the next 90 minutes, government's proposed ally on restrictions on the importation of some selected goods faces another setback as Trade Minister Katie Hammond is sent back out of Parliament to go engage in more consultation. Also coming up, over 10,000 students in Nkwanta South in the Oti region still at home following recent violence in the area. We'll be going live to the township to understand what the situation is like. And later on Eyewitness News, another flood disaster in Dowenya in the Greater Accra region, displacing 600 plus residents. We'll be going for an update on the story we've been bringing you since last night. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and many other stories on Eyewitness News. And in business,
Consumer Protection Agency advocates need to introduce measures to regulate production of iron rods.
That's in 50 minutes from the Citi Business Desk. Eyewitness News is live across Ghana on a host of affiliate stations, including on Nobia 98.1 FM in Nalerigu, also in the Upper East region on Quality 88.7 FM in Garu. We are also in the Northern region on Radio Gaki 88.3 FM in Saboba, in the Volta region on Heritage 107.3 FM in Hohwe, Freedom 88.1 FM in Sogakopa, in the Ashanti region on Adwinpa 99.9 FM in Nkawie, in Bono region on Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyani. If you go to the Western region, we are live on Sky Power 93.5, Adwinpa 100.7 FM in Takwa, Beach 105.5 FM in Takrady, and Sky Power also in Takrady. We are live on YouTube, we are live on Facebook, we are live on citinewsroom.com, and we are interactive. Join us on WhatsApp 0549 986 996. 0549 986 996. Send tweets using the hashtag Citi Newsroom. Tweet at Umaru Sanda or at Citi973, and the world will hear. What do you think? Let's settle for details of our stories now. And the first one has to do with the House of Parliament and that ally, that's a legislative instrument that the Honorable Kobna Tahiru Hammond, MP and Minister for Agriculture, has been unsuccessfully trying to lay in the House of Parliament.
The Speaker of Parliament, Albon Bagbin, has deferred the laying of the Export and Import Regulations 2023 to Thursday, November 30. This comes after the Minority Caucus kicked against the laying of the LI for the third time by the Minister for Trade and Industry. over concerns of lack of engagement. The group contends that there has not been any engagement with the caucus and the relevant stakeholders over the LI, which seeks to restrict the importation of some 22 selected strategic goods into the country. Here's First Deputy Minority Whip Ahmed Ibrahim and the Deputy Ranking Member on Trade and Industry and Tourism Committee of Parliament, Yusuf Suleiman, voicing their concerns on the LI.
Make good regulations in this house. So you ask whether that relaying has been done. Mr. Speaker, the matter at hand is a very serious and dangerous matter, which hinges on the survival of businesses in this country. Mr. Speaker, we are not just objecting, and care should be taken, and let's take reflection back to serious issues that have been raised on this floor, and minority have raised objection. Which of them didn't go back to come and fight this country? And this is one of them. Mr. Speaker, just as yesterday, 6 associations, Ghana Union of Traders Association, Ghana Freight Forwarders Association, Ghana Automobile Dealers Association, and the host of them wrote a petition having confidence in members of this house and this house that we should take that petition into consideration.
Ordinarily, Mr. Speaker, we are not saying that he has breached any law, but ordinarily, he would have involved us. Reasons why he hasn't involved us is only known to him. Mr. Speaker, because industry players know that we matter in this particular case. We have received quite a number of petitions. Mr. Speaker, I am very sure that your office would have been inundated with petitions. Mr. Speaker, this house, if you ask me, is here in the interest of Ghanaians. And if today, industry players, very important associations, will cry to us that they are not comfortable with these regulations, the worst we can do, Mr. Speaker, is to listen to them. The worst we can do is to engage them. But to hardly go ahead and lay these regulations, Mr. Speaker, we will be doing a great disservice to not just the players, but to Ghanaians. The Ghanaian consumer is the one who's going to suffer. Mr. Speaker, this is not the first time this attempt has been made to restrict importations of such strategic commodities, and all efforts failed. We should not be part of the failure this time. And so I want to appeal to you that the minister should not take this as a personal project. For whatever reason, I don't know.
You just heard the Deputy Ranking Member on the Trade, Industry and Tourism Committee of Parliament, Yusuf Suleimana. Earlier, you heard the First Deputy Minority Whip, Ahmed Ibrahim. Now, the majority has, however, indicated that the amendments have been made to the LI that seeks to restrict the importation of the selected goods into the country. Here is the Minister for Trade and Industry, Katie Hammond.
My colleagues appear to be actuated by a particular amount of fight. They make it very clear. But I'm also grateful for the teachers' advice for me to concentrate on bonded houses and the other areas, and I think the Speaker facilitated them. Mr. Speaker, this is all pretty new to me. The number of years I've been in this house, quite apart from CIs, which are meant for elections, I haven't seen any such development in this house, the Speaker, before. Because I thought the Constitution had answered this. This is the House, the Speaker, appealing to you by way of blackmail, the Speaker, to subvert the clear wordings, the clear clauses of the Constitution. Here, I don't know those who might be challenged by the provisions of the Constitution, but I do know that Article 11, Clause 7 of the Constitution, Mr. Speaker, put this whole debate beyond the argument. There can never be debate of this nature. I would have thought, Mr. Speaker, it was after the paper has actually been presented and it has been referred formally, Mr. Speaker, by your good self to the committee. And when it is intended to be annulled by the requisite majority of 2/3, Mr. Speaker, that is what this debate erupts. Unfortunately, the document itself has not even been made. And Mr. Speaker, I've heard all this plea. Look at the people blackmail, Mr. Speaker, as much as they want. We are all aware of the deficiency of the members in this House. So there will be no peace. So there will be insanity. So there will be bloodshed. Mr. Speaker, they can threaten as much as they want. But those who wish me well, I am grateful. My nephew who think that I should leave a legacy, I am so happy about the reaction of my colleagues. It tells me that, Mr. Speaker, we are doing something right.
That was Trade and Industry Minister Katie Hammond. Let's now hear the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, directing the presentation of the new draft of the LI to the Subsidiary Legislation Committee for consideration.
A delegated power. We have delegated the power to him. He has gone through all the requirements of the law. It's a process, the procedure that we now ironing out. You have discussed, you have disagreed on some issues, you have agreed on some. Those, according to the information I have been factored into the new draft instrument. Kindly make that available to our committee. Once they agree with you that legally you are right, but you also agreed together with the majority leader and the leadership that there are some renditions that have to be captured. Now you have captured them. Just make copies available to the committee and they will say they've been captured. And then we can then proceed to lay the instrument.
You just heard the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, who stay on the matter because the Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, has welcomed the government's proposed legislative instrument that seeks to restrict the importation of 22 items. The minority in Parliament and 5 business associations have kicked against the passage of the LI, citing lack of engagement and adverse impact on businesses. But President of AGI, Dr. Humphrey Ayim Dake, believes the restriction, which is not a total ban, would positively impact Ghana's balance of payment and economic outlook.
Our view is that it's in the right direction. It's a positive development. Once you realize that this is coming at the back of a fragile economy that an IMF intervention seems to bring some stability. And the purpose of the IMF stability is on the balance of payment and the forex reserves challenges we do have. So once you do that stability, an IMF program is a form of a transitional program to help the economy. So if the next stage beyond that, government believes that there are some products that are giving us difficulties in terms of our BOP and forex, and by virtue of that seeks to bring intervention in that space, that is how we seek to create a sustainable forex and a BOP, which is according to our budget and according to our needs. So therefore, this set of products, as stated by the minister, is to help him balance the BOP and forex. So he's identified the product. And after identifying the product, what is next? He pushes a bill to Parliament to seek to get a framework under which he could operate. And beyond these stages, this product listed, the main issue that we need to interrogate is the excessive import. And the minister did not state that I'm banning the product. So if you take a product like poultry, what is our capacity as a stage? And what is the need of the country in a particular year? Give an example of, say, 50,000 metric tons a year. However, beyond the 50,000 metric tons, any excess that is imported will have an effect on BOP and on your forex because they are not in need or they are excess stock in a particular year. So the government seeks to balance and control the excess stocks through which the forex and the BOP are affected. So this excess stock could be directed in.
Dr. Humphrey Ayim Dake is the president of the Association of Ghana Industries.
This Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM, broadcasting from Adabraka in Accra. My name is Umaru Sanda Amadu, here with Ajua Domina. We are going to return and take you to Dowenya in the Ningo Prampram district of the Greater Accra region, where flood waters from yesterday have inundated community members, displaced many. Over 600 persons, we are told, have had to have their lives disrupted in one way or the other as a result of the flooding, which is water coming, one from an irrigation dam in the area, and we also told a stream that was overflowing as a result of heavy rains from 2 days ago. This Eyewitness News. We'll be back.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
You know, Papa, see that? And it's rickety car. Hey, Papa! Bobo, so how's your engine now? It is half man, half amazing. Thanks to Quartz and you can feel better energy. Can't touch this. Charlie, guys, so Sancho's engine just died like that? Yes, so somebody managed to convince him that there is a better engine oil than Quartz, and he switched. Sancho Panzapa. Now, which engine oil can be better than Quartz? No other, my guy. Quartz with its age-resistant technology, it keeps your engine younger for longer. Now you know. Have you guys seen the new bottle design? It's superb. Quartz 9000 from Total Energies there improves fuel efficiency. Why do you think Mr. Mane and Logoso have taken the Quartz Nation movement World Cup like that? Sorry, Chairman Mane. Quartz. Keep your engine younger for longer.
I'm afraid. Yeah. Media Sambisanda Moa. It's your Matino. Move planet to Vietnam. Put on Pemo Maniacono. Hey, Quabna. Hey, no Mumu wants to meet just my Marina there. Hey, good job. And the crew. Complete to me number of people. So you super excellent Eba. I didn't buy the Braille. Who see it in a mobile? Some man are holding it. Sir, I now could you soon you super excellent Chaco. Then the mouse will you clean fit of that. No, what you ask you, my mother feel you. Hey, Kojo, sir. Yeah. Pepsodent Eba and a Pepsodent Chaco. I paid ye. You're gonna natural.
FTH Chadian Katuyatu.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are broadcasting from Adabraka in Accra. We are around the globe on citinewsroom.com, and we are interactive. Let's know what you make of the stories we are bringing you by sending us your messages 0549 986 996. Some of you have sent yours already. Akapol Jr. sends his message from Ahafomim, and he says the opposition must put aside their parochial interests of scoring political points and warmly welcome and support this initiative. It is going to boost our local industries, thereby making us self-reliant. Alex Kofi Yareni from Adenta Commando says, I don't understand why Katie Hammond is forcing to make headline news just for face-seeking purposes. He should calm down and consult broadly. Christiana Merkel from Tema Boom says, the Minister of Trade and Industry should give us a break. Ghanaians are already suffering from the high prices of goods in the country. Send your message to 0549 986 996, 0549 986 996. Let's go to Dowenya now, shall we? And we reported for yesterday evening that there was some flooding there. 24 hours on, we have sent a reporter from the Citi Newsroom to check what the state of affairs is. Fauzu Masaudu, a Citi News reporter who has been to Dowenya this afternoon. Fauzu, you're welcome to Eyewitness News. What did you see when you went?
Thank you very much, Umaru. So, Umaru, I must admit, this was my first time, visiting that side of town, except that I wish I was not met with such an unpleasant, sight. So, when I got there, the first sight I was greeted with was a team of, rescue mission who were trying to save a woman and her 3 children who apparently had been trapped in their home for the past 48 hours. And this is how terrible the situation is at Dowenya, precisely the Adankope community. And I mean, a lot of homes have been submerged. Usanda, you see how tall the electric pole is? The electric pole at one of the areas had the flood had covered the electric pole almost to the top. So you can barely see just the cables of the electric pole. That is how terrible the situation is. I also spoke to some residents who say they have not, slept for the past 48 hours because they do not really have anywhere to find shelter. But luckily for others, one woman in the community has volunteered to give them a place. So she's accommodating a lot of them. She tells me in an interview with her that she's giving out 2 of her rooms for some of the residents to sleep. And so we went there to also engage some of them. And they tell us how terrible the situation has been. That is not their homes. And so living there will not be as comfortable as living in their homes. But they say it's better than nothing. They, however, call for, some help, for some relief support.
I see. Now, these people are affected. So did you still see people trying to salvage their belongings and move out of their homes when you went, or all of that happened yesterday?
So today, I still saw people, trying to save their few belongings left. So we spoke to one man, and at the time of our visit, we saw him literally swimming from the affected end to the other part of the community. And the only thing he had were cooking utensils. And he tells me that was the only thing left for him to save. We also spoke to one lady who said she has not been able to save anything. She still has her belongings in her room. And so she wished there was a canoe to, take her to the other side of the community for her to get her stuff out. So that has been the situation, really.
Thank you so much, Fauzu Masaudu, and I'm sure you got a lot of videos that you'll be showing on the City Newsroom later tonight.
Yes, I did. And the member of parliament for the constituency, though, Sam George, was also on an assessment tour, and he's been calling, if you like, some authorities out for what he describes as negligence. He says the management of the dam, the irrigation dam, could have done a better job if they had prevented people from unauthorized construction on the waterway. So
I have him on the other line, so I'll speak to him. But thank you so much. Thank you. That's Fauzu Masaudu. He's with the City Newsroom. Went to Dawenya today to capture scenes there. And let me just say that if you want to see pictures from Dawenya, you want to stay tuned in to City TV. At 8 p.m., there will be City Newsroom, on which show would be giving you everything that Fauzu gathered from there. Let me go to the Member of Parliament for Ningo Pram. Dawenya is inside his constituency, Samonate George. Honorable, you're welcome to Eyewitness News. You were at the scene of devastation today. You are more familiar with the area. What communities were affected, and what is the extent of damage that you saw?
Good evening to your listeners. I'm still on my way back to Accra from the constituency. I'm trying to come and put together some relief material. We've been there since about 9 a.m. The devastation starts from parts of Adote in Dawenya Township proper, in the South Dawenya electoral area, and then stretches all the way to Osonshi, Terrazzo Junction, all the way to Adankope, and then goes all the way to behind Savannah Junction, behind Adum Estate. And then we also have some flooding that happened on the Afienya stretch. So Philip Kope, Afutu Kope have all been affected by this flooding.
Now, yesterday, I interviewed the manager for the irrigation authority there. He said to me that they do regular flooding of the, or what's the word, spilling of the dam, and this happens every 3 months, and it does not cause devastation. He says yesterday's own was peculiar and actually was exacerbated by a stream that flows through the area, which stream rarely overflows, but because it overflowed, it caused a problem that we are witnessing. You are rather saying it is negligence on the part of the dam managers, but this is the response he gave to me yesterday.
Well, Umaru, and your media people were there. We decided to start from the irrigation plant, the irrigation property today. And when we got to the irrigation site, before you even get to the dam, the spillage, the way the dam at Dawenya is built, is not an individual who does the spillage. It is built in such a way that once the water hits a certain level, it automatically spills. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. So it's not as though someone stops and chooses when to spill. Once the water levels rise, it spills. But what has exacerbated this is that there's a river body that runs parallel to the dam and the spill gates of the dam. Now, that water body has buffer zones. It has aquifers that allow for the dam, for the river, the stream, to overflow its banks. And then the water sits there and then gradually dissipates itself into town. So you don't have flooding. The management of the Irrigation Development Authority, managers of the irrigation site at Dawenya, they have sold the buffer of the stream. And when I challenged the current scheme manager, I believe is the one you spoke to yesterday, he said to me that he agrees perfectly with me, but it is not his fault because he wasn't there when this was done. He's been there for only 8 months, and the land was sold before he came there. He's tried to push the people away, but he's limited in what he can do. I asked the DC who was standing there, that did you grant permit for someone to come and fill the aquifer, the buffer zone, basically a Ramsey site that holds the overflow? You will see that they have built on one side of it, they have built some kind of warehouse structure, and then they fill the other part of it. Where is the district engineering department who gave permits for this? So I'm trying to get the name of the immediate past manager of the irrigation project at Dawenya, and I will put it out in public and demand that whichever ministry is responsible, be the Ministry of Agric or the Ministry of Water Resources, must demand from him what authority he had to sell portions of the irrigation land to foreigners, I am hearing, Chinese and Indians. And that is what has created this flooding situation that has cost over 600 people their livelihood and property. I mean, it's just unthinkable, the kind of indiscipline and failure of systems that have caused this.
All right, moving ahead, so the people are affected. What kind of solution do you need in that area, and how are you arranging that for them, and where are they putting up?
Well, we in our tour with the assemblyman for the Lalueco area, we realized that there was a bigger problem because I was wondering why the water wasn't dissipating fast enough. Because the Lalue, which is the water body, empties into the sea. And this goes behind Potter City all the way and then finds its way into the sea. So I was asking myself, if you look at the water level, it's dropped by just about 1.5 feet or 2 feet since yesterday. Why is it not flowing? And then they say to me that upstream, close to the estuary with the river body, with the sea, there is a blockage that has occurred there behind Adum Estate. So we drive there with Nadbo. And Umaru, somebody has built his hotel. And because of where he's built his hotel, he chose to construct a road through the river body and block the river and created a 3-feet culvert to channel the whole volume of the river. Now, that 3-feet culvert certainly cannot do the job. If he wanted to build a road, he should have worked with the district engineers and at least had 6 of those 3-feet culverts in there. But no, just one. And so it is because of that blockage, that so-called road that has been created there. So with Nadmo said, look, we need to open up for the water to go. They said they have to come back to Accra and see what to do. I mean, I asked the assemblyman, I said, what can we do? He says, we need money. They gave me a bill, almost 10,000 Ghana cedis. I provided the money. I said, get the equipment. I've spoken to the divisional commander to provide security. Tomorrow morning, go there and open up for the water to flow into the sea. One individual cannot use his hotel, access to his hotel, to create this mess for the whole community. But again, like I ask, where is the district in all of this? Because Because the DCE and the district engineer are supposed to be responsible for such permits. How someone can block a whole stream, a whole river, to create a road to his hotel? Umaru. I'm still at a loss.
Sounds very, very. I don't even know the right word to use, but it's painful.
It's indiscipline.
Yeah.
It's indiscipline. And now I'm having to come around, and I'm going to come to you to beg you, because you know parts of Afenia that have been affected for bags of rice. People's livelihoods have been lost. When your reporter met us on the ground, I had arrived with a team, and I met an exasperated father who had gone to Tema yesterday, and since yesterday has been standing and watching his wife and 3 kids, the youngest of them barely a year old, stuck in a building without food for 48 hours. Thankfully, we had a team of young men with us who went into the water. The water was above their shoulders, so they had to hold hands and wade through to go and bring this woman and the 3 kids out of the water. 48 hours. Everything they have gone because of people's indiscipline and the inaction of some people. We must begin to hold people responsible and demand that people account for their stewardship. It's unacceptable.
Finally, because this was, we are told, caused immediately by the heavy rains of 2 days ago, and since it is not raining, should we believe then that this would be the last time we are seeing this and it will soon be over, or the troubles are going to continue for some time?
I would want to err on the side of caution and say this is not the end of it. Because you see, it's not about the rains in Ningo Prampram. It's actually the rains in the mountain. So the entire Ebiri range empties into the sea through Dawenya and parts of Prampram. And so the rains that fell on Sunday really in Prampram should not have caused this. But it is the flow of water from the mountain range and then from the Doyumu area, from the Shai Hills. All the rain from the Shai Hills drain through from Agotor, Doyumu, all drain through the Prampram area and into the Lalwe, into the sea. And so if you look at the clouds and look at the forecast, we can only pray. We can only pray.
Thank you so much, Sam George, Member of Parliament, Ningo Prampram in the Greater Accra region, speaking to us about the flood situation in Dawenya. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are coming to you from our studios in Adabraka in Accra. Let's talk about some education-related issues now. Adwa.
The Ministry of Education says it will commence the operationalization of its Solutions Center starting tomorrow, November 29, 2023. This follows the release of the 2023 computerized school selection and placement system into second cycle institutions. The move, according to the ministry, seeks to assist individuals encountering placement issues. Now, speaking to City News, the deputy spokesperson of the ministry, Ernest Akosa, emphasized that parents facing placement challenges can visit the centers across the country for swift rectification of their concerns.
The Ghana Education Service and that of Ministry of Education, that anytime you release placement outcome, definitely students will come with a lot of issues, change of status, change of whether male or female, sometimes these kind of inconsistencies on their portal. So once you have such a challenge, they can walk to like in the national one, we have it at the Adabraka, NAT office, and all the assistant administrative agencies will also have centers over there. And we also have a command center. That command center, they work 24/7. So any issue that we have, any concern, any challenge that we come across, you can also call. We have a number here that you can also call, and the helpline number is 030-8258-001. So these are the numbers that you can call if you have any challenge, regardless of where you find yourself. Not necessarily being in Accra, it could be in Kumasi, Cape Coast, Salaga, Tubu. You can still call the number. And any issue that we have people working 24/7 and who will attend to you.
You heard Deputy Spokesperson of the Ministry of Education, Ernest Akosa. Now, the Ghana Education Service has reinstated the headmistress of the West African Senior High School. The head teacher, Dr. Shine Agatho Fori, was interdicted in July this year for allegedly collecting unauthorized money for students. The National Association of Graduate Teachers, NAGRAT, at the time demanded the immediate reinstatement of the headmistress as it accused the government of using the headmistress as a scapegoat. Giving an update on the issue, President of NAGRAT, Angel Kabonu, said the association will be contacting the Ghana Education Service for the outcome of its investigation.
She was reinstated about 2 weeks ago to continue her job as headmistress of the school.
What were the findings of the committee that was set up to investigate this matter?
Yeah, you are right. A committee was set, headed by the regional director, to look into the issues. I don't have the final outcome of the committee report. But what information available to us indicates that the Director General is reinstated here as headmistress of West Africa Secondary School.
And how does your association take this? We know there was also a headmaster at Fijai who was also interdicted for basically the same issue. How do you take this issue?
Yes, I don't know the specific details and how different the cases are, but it will be interesting for all stakeholders to know why someone has been reinstated and another person is still on interdiction. Maybe if the cases are different and the findings are indicting, they ought to let us all know what the situation is. You see, it is not too good for a person to be on interdiction for a very long time. When you do that, you are taking away from the person what he or she ought to benefit from his or her labor. So I think that there should be a minimum period for interdiction. And let us know the outcomes of committee reports quickly.
You heard President of NAGRAT, Angel Carbon, interacting with my colleague Zoe Abubedu Ado.
It's Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Now, there were some disturbances in Nkwanta in the Oti region, and the disturbances led to the disruption of economic activities and education activities. We are told that school children are unable to go to school because of that. Jonathan Kosina is the Director of Education for the Nkwanta South Municipality. Sir, you're welcome to Eyewitness News. How bad is the situation in terms of how it's affecting education?
Thank you. Good evening to your listeners. Yes, for the past 2 weeks now, some of the schools have been closed down because of the insecurity. We have about 111 schools, that's the public schools, basic schools. And out of these, 30 of these schools have been closed down for insecurity reasons. And out of that 30 schools, we have about 10,543 learners and 380 teachers.
Okay, what levels of education are we talking about? Basic school, senior high school, which one?
So we have 4 senior high schools in Nkwanta, but 3 of them are affected. When it comes to the basic schools, we have 30 of them being affected.
So 30 basic schools are closed down and 3 senior high schools are closed down?
Yes.
When you say closed down, it means the school children are home with their parents, including those in the boarding house?
Okay, so when this is how it went about. In the 2 weeks when we got this, we experienced this insecurity. Schools were in session, but the parents decided to withdraw the children from school. So based on security advice from the Regional Security Council, we were asked to close down those schools because they were right in the hot areas. So that's it.
I think senior high schools are writing their end of term exams, aren't they? How are you dealing with that now that they are gone home?
There is nothing much we can do because we are talking about human lives. We are talking about security issues. And once the Regional Coordinating Council sees the lead that they will not be safe, the students will not be safe, then per their advice, we will have to allow them to move home.
How long have the children been home for?
We are in the second week.
And do you have an indication as to when the Regional Security Council would give the all clear for them to return? Hello, sir. Hello. Director, can you hear me? Apologies, we lost the education director for the Nkwanta South Municipality in the Oti region, Jonathan Kosina there. We'll try and re-establish contact and conclude that interview with him. I was just going to ask him, he lives in the community, what exactly is happening if the fighting or the shooting has not reduced, or the incidents that we know about that we've been reporting on is still continuing unabated, and whether or not the teachers who are from outside the community are having to leave or they are staying in there. If I do get him, I will try and raise those issues with him. Meanwhile, we spoke to the regional minister for OT last week, and he explained to us what transpired and some measures that they were taking to deal with the situation, and that he said to us that they were working hard to deal with that. Meanwhile, I'm just being informed that we cannot reach the education director, unfortunately, so we cannot continue with this particular interview. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Let's talk about food and the cost of same, but that will be after this break.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Sharp! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information. We are good together everywhere you go.
Mommy, please, let's go. Hey, why are you taking the whole family? You've forgotten I said I was coming here today?
Forgive me, but we are all headed to Royal Senchi for Christmas.
But it's not Christmas yet.
Shit. Christmas has started early at the Royal Senchi. From now till 21st of December, you can book a room for 2 people at a promo rate of 1,500 cedis on bed-only basis.
You're joking. 1,500 cedis for a room at the plush Royal Senchi? Let me call my husband now.
Call 0244 958 822 or 0303 409 180 or send an email to reservations@theroyalsenchi.com. Terms and conditions apply. The Royal Senchi, your luxury riverside escape.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. Let's bring you some more stories. The Minister of Agriculture, Dr. Brian Echampong, has described as concerning the failure of traders to reduce the price of food items, although the cost of farm produce has significantly reduced. Despite the development, Dr. Echampong says he's confident the prices of food items and poultry products will reduce during the Christmas festivities as a result of measures his ministry is putting in place. He spoke on the City Breakfast Show.
Practical thing that we're doing in the TFJ2 is to quickly activate the aggregators to let them bring the farm produce closer to the market, to at least reduce the gap between, or what the distributor margin we call it, is. That way, we are forced to reduce the prices on the market. Because if we don't do that, then we will be forced to go and bring the produce from the farm gate to the market and directly to the consumer. And that will also bring the prices down. You also know that, Bernard, we are pumping in a lot of, for example, in the poultry sector, we are pumping in a lot of day-old chicks, reactivating a lot of these poultry farms across the country to ensure that this Christmas season, we do have a lot of chicken on the market. So I am confident that with all the things that we are putting in place, the produced in Ghana foods, the prices will go down. And we should be measured for that. And we should find a way to deal with and when we are consuming a lot of what we are producing, then there will be really no need to be bringing things from outside. And that in itself will affect the prices of the stuff that we import and will be good for.
All right.
Dr. Brian Champon is Minister for Food and Agriculture. He was speaking on the City Breakfast Show. Away from that, residents in Kaswa have once again issued a 2-week ultimatum to the government demanding the construction of a drainage system to facilitate efficient drainage during the rainy season. This call stems from the deteriorating conditions of their roads, which residents expressed concern about the adverse effects on their businesses and overall well-being. During a press conference, one of the organizers of the hashtag Fix the Kaswa Highway movement, Samuel Ado, emphasized that failure by the government to address their request would lead to a series of planned protests.
We have noted that some grading works, as we are all seeing over here, some grading works have been done on the medium from the toll booth to the West Hills area. We wish to categorically state that the grading would have no positive impact on the situation that we are facing currently. We are therefore demanding from the construction of storm drains at the toll booths or Osiadine, LCC Junction and Atala areas to receive flood waters from the Akwasa or broadcasting area. And that we demand with urgency. Government must note with concern that there are lives being lost on the stretch and commuters facing potential health risk from spending long hours in traffic. The effect on environment, collapse of businesses, and jobs losses are also matters that should interest government and attract agents' attention.
You hear Samuel Ado. He's one of the organizers of the Fix the Kaswa Highway movement.
This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Let's talk about the cost of a travel document, the green passport, the ECOWAS passport, the Ghana passport. We're told that the cost is going to go higher than we know it. I mean, Joa Domina has been planning to jackpot from this country, but you don't even have a passport. How much is it?
I have a passport.
You sure?
Yes.
But it has not expired?
No. It's in 10 years' time.
10 years?
Yes.
So the only thing that's left for you now is visa.
Exactly.
Kafra, what did they say is the new price? The deputy minister has been speaking, right?
Yes. So he says Ghanaians are currently paying $8, but we're going to be paying about $40.
Wow. Yes. Sorry for those who not get passports. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Let's talk now about the customers of defunct Gold Coast Management. They went on a demonstration today. Charles Nyami is their convener. You're welcome to Eyewitness News, sir. Hello, Charles.
Yes, please.
Yeah, you went to the Ministry of Finance today. Were you able to meet the minister himself?
No, we weren't able to meet the minister, but the Minister of State for Finance Ministry, Mohammed Amin Adam, and the other top officials of the Finance Ministry.
I see. How many were you guys?
The protesters or those of us who meet
I mean the protesters.
We were around 150 to 200.
Now, what is your message, or what was your message?
Demanding for full payment from the Finance Ministry, from the money that has been approved way back 2021 for our payment but has not been disbursed. That's 5.5 billion.
What did the minister say to you?
We had a meeting with the minister and his entourage for over 2 hours, and the only thing the minister could say was if we should go after, we should let them assist us. I mean, the finance ministries to assist with the customers to go after the company owners, I mean, Gold Coast Fund Management, their owners, that's Dr. Pakosindum and other shareholders. We should go after them to vacate the court, challenging the liquidation order so that they pay us. In a nutshell, what they are trying to say is that the case that the government has filed against the Gold Coast Fund Management owners, we should chase Dr. Pakosindum and his people out of the court so that the government can get access to the liquidation order that it is looking for before they pay us. But, Omar, you know that this is unheard of. There is no way that someone is going through a legal process that we can put the law as customers into our hands. After all, we have those stake in these court processes, and it is you, the government, who filed the case against the company. And you have to prove beyond reasonable doubt that the company is so due for liquidation. The company is insolvent and is due for liquidation before the court could grant you the liquidation order. I don't know. Maybe the government is finding it difficult to prove his case with facts and evidence and wants to use with the customers at the other side to get Dr. Indum out of the court. And I'm asking, how can we get Dr. Indum and Gold Coast Fund Management owners out of the court? Are we going to use machete and guns and other ammunition to go into the courtroom and chase their lawyers out of the court, or we should carry these weapons into their various homes and compel them to withdraw themselves out of the case? We don't get it. We don't get it. And it is very mean on the part of government to put us on this road that we have to get someone who is going through a legal process out of the court before they pay money that due us. It is unheard of.
Okay, now you have also said you are planning to protest for a number of hours or picket at the ministry. Is that coming up, or you have withdrawn following the meeting today?
Oh, we are still there. We are still at the premises of the finance ministry. And we are going to be there till the 32 hours arrangement that we have with the police elapse. You know that we are going to be there. We are going to them. Currently, we are there.
Are you not having any problems with the police? Did you get permission from them to do what you're doing, this mass action?
Oh, yes, we have. We have no problem with the police. In fact, the police have been professional since we started up to now. And they are not getting into our ways. We are not getting into their ways. So we have no problem with the police. And they understand that this is the arrangement we have with them, that we are going to be there for 32 continuous hours.
So you're spending the night there tonight?
Yes, please.
What arrangements have you made for where you can sleep?
We have no arrangement to make. We don't have money to do anything. We are just going to stay under the weather. If it rains, we are in it. If the dew falls, we are in it. And this shows how far an insensitive government can go to disadvantage its innocent citizens who have worked hard and saved money. We believed in made in Ghana. We could have equally sent our money into offshore to save them offshore as the politicians are doing, or we could have kept it under our pillows and under our beds. But we believed in the economy of Ghana. We believed in the made in Ghana. That's why we invested in, and this is how we are being paid by our kind gesture that we did to the nation.
We wish you all the best and thank you for speaking to us, sir.
Thank you too for having us.
That's Charles Nyami. He's convener of the customers of defunct Gold Coast Fund Management Company. They are currently at the Ministry of Finance. They'll be there for 32 hours, they say. Now, let me go back to the issue of the passport that I was discussing with Adjoa a short while ago. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration has indicated the need to increase passport application fees due to a shortage of raw materials and equipment. The Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, Kweku Amprechum Sapon, said there's an ongoing discussion with Parliament to finalize the fees. Listen to him.
Biometric for $40 in Togo, yes, $40 supplied by the same supplier who supplies us with passports. Liberia charges $40. We charge $8, meaning we are having to subsidize every passport. So the money to buy the printers is being used to subsidize the passport for women. Until Kokumenu is prepared to pay the realistic passport fees, we will continue to have this problem. And also, we are thinking of upgrading our passport from the biometric to the chip embedded. So the chip embedded is going to cost more. And if we continue sitting at the $8, we will continue to have the problems that we are having at the passport. No much can be done by the officers over there. So we have to brace ourselves. And when the discussion starts, we all have to be in the picture that we need to pay the realistic fees to get the kind of service that we expect.
So there you have the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs. In fact, he added that there are plans to introduce chip-embedded passports in the second quarter of 2024 to enhance security in line with International Civil Aviation Organization standards.
First and foremost, acquisition or moving from the biometric to the chip-embedded is a requirement from International Civil Aviation Authority. It is asking all countries who are on biometric to upgrade to the chip-embedded passport. The chip-embedded gives improved security features. It makes it more difficult for the fraudsters to do their business. And since the passport is a zero security document that needs not to be tampered with or abused, moving from biometric to chip embedded is for your security, my security, and it's also to make life easier and better for all of us. We are modernized. We are moving digitalization. Chip embedded is an upgrade on digitalization. So we have to get there and be one of the leading lights.
So here the Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, Kweku Amprechum Sapon. This Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Up next, we bring you the latest in the world of business. And then on Point Blank, we're going to focus on the upcoming primaries of the NPP. Over the weekend or this coming Saturday, the party will go to the polls in all constituencies that it does not have sitting MPs to elect parliamentary candidates. My guest tonight is seeking to lead the NPP in the constituency Citi FM is in. That's Koli Kloti. We'll be talking to him. Stay with us.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Hello, Linda. You won't believe what I am planning next. I want to start my postgraduate degree, buy a car, and build my dream home. But you know what's stopping me?
What's that, Mike?
Money, oh. That be my biggest wahala.
Oh, you are sorted, Cry. With a GCB Big Move personal loan promo, you can borrow up to a whopping 400,000 Ghana cedis at a significantly reduced interest rate in less than 24 hours.
Like, seriously? How do I qualify?
Yes, it's available to all GCB salary account holders. Plus, you get a 2-month grace period before you start to pay back.
Susket, I'm opening an account with GCB now.
Get a personal loan of up to 400,000 Ghana cedis at a significantly reduced interest rate in less than 24 hours. Call 0800-422-422 or visit your nearest GCB branch today to fund your next big move as we celebrate 70 years of greatness. T's and C's apply. GCB Bank, your bank for life.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News, brought to you by GCB Bank PLC. GCB Personal Loan. Make that big move and dream a reality. My name is Ajwa Tinkrama Domna. The details now. The Consumer Protection Agency is urging the Ghana Standards Authority to conduct a forensic audit on iron rods in the country, citing concerns that some rods sold to consumers do not meet required specifications, potentially risking building collapses. Chief Executive Officer of the Consumer Protection Agency, Kofi Owusu-Hene, also known as Kofi Kapito, addressing the media, expressed worry about the substandard cement and iron rods. He warned of a potential naming and shaming of government officials interfering with the Ghana Standards Authority's duties. This statement follows the reopening of 3 cement manufacturing companies recently shut down due to the use of inferior materials in production.
Some individuals, governments, people, politicians, this thing that we know in Ghana as order from above, this thing needs to stop. One institution is doing its job. These hands should back off. Let the institutions do their mandate. If they are at fault, we can take the institutions to court. But for you to stop them in the middle of what they are doing which is their mandate, it is not proper. Look, there are two components that makes a building collapse. Either poor brickworks, which includes cement, or poor iron rods. Lately, if you go to the market, for some strange reason, a 12 millimeter iron rod, which is called a 12 mm, okay, is now being sold to the Ghanaians as 15 mm. It is 12 mm. Why are you selling it as 15 mm? We are urging the Standard Authority to take a forensic audit on all iron rods, whether produced locally or imported, so that Ghanaians will not go through, first of all, your building collapse. You either lose lives and property, or if nothing, your money will be gone down the drain.
You heard Chief Executive Officer of the Consumer Protection Agency, Kofi Owusu-Hene, speaking. Now, the Data Protection Commission, operating under the guidance of the Ministry of Communication and Digitalization, has issued a stern warning to state institutions, emphasizing the paramount importance of safeguarding individuals' data and privacy. In a press engagement, the Commission highlighted the establishment of a dedicated communication committee tasked with actively monitoring the data practices within public sectors to ensure compliance. Here is Executive Director of the Data Protection Commission, Patricia Adusei-Poku.
The Parliamentary Select Committee on Communication has taken a keen interest in the compliance of public sector institutions. The Select Committee will summon negligent leaders to answer for their non-compliance of the Data Protection Act. The Commission henceforth would apply Section 95 of the Act, which states, where a person commits an offence under this Act in respect of which a penalty is not specified, the person is liable on summary conviction to a fine of not more than 5,000 penalty points or a term of imprisonment of not more than 10 years or both. Heads of institutions should note that the Commission will prosecute negligent ultimate decision makers for non-compliance under this section.
That was Executive Director of the Data Protection Commission, Patricia Adusei-Poku. The Agricultural Development Bank, ADB, has reaffirmed its commitment in growing the financial literacy of its SME market segment to improve their business operations. The bank maintains that SMEs play a crucial role in anchoring the growth of the local economy by creating jobs. Speaking at an SME financial empowerment seminar organized by ADB, in partnership with the Development Bank Ghana, the Deputy Managing Director of ADB PLC, Eno Oforiatta, assured of continuous support to scale up growth of local businesses.
Our goal is to foster a beneficial partnership that can support our SME customers more effectively. Firstly, I want to emphasize our commitment to partnering with our SME customers. We believe in their potential to contribute significantly to the economy. We aim to understand your unique business needs and help you grow by providing the right financial products and advice tailored to them. Secondly, partnering with the Development Bank, i.e. DBG, can enhance our capabilities to support you, our SME customers. The expertise, international networks, and resources that DBG offers will amplify our support for our SMEs. This collaboration can result in enhanced access to financial and valuable insights into innovative business practices that could create longevity and resilience in the SME businesses. Given our past macroeconomic history, resilience in our sector is very important. So both ADB and our SME customers stand to gain from this partnership with DBG. For us, this is another step in our commitment to continually improve our support for our SMEs. That
was the Deputy Managing Director of ADB PLC, Eno Oforiatta. Now, renowned mining industry figure Dr. Sam Jonah has emphasized the imperative of harnessing Ghana's abundant lithium discovery to propel value addition in the mining sector and bolster the production of batteries. Speaking at the 15th congregation ceremony of the University of Mines and Technology, where he received an honorary Doctor of Science degree, Dr. Sam Jonah underscored the importance of local expertise, climate change resilience, and combating illegal mining for a thriving industry.
Ghana has recently discovered lithium in commercial quantities. It is my fervent hope and prayer that this discovery will spur the active development of value-enhancing segments to our industry. These will include processing of ore concentrates and downstream processing for EV battery industry. In this regard, I have noted with satisfaction the decision of Atlantic Lithium to engage humans to ask the Vice Chancellor told us to conduct the feasibility study on the viability of harnessing the first part or the byproduct of the mine in the country's ceramic industry. This is a ringing endorsement of the excellent reputation that this school has.
Dr. Sam Jonah is a renowned mining industry figure. Before we go, independent operator and developer of wireless and power solutions, American Tower Corporation, ATC Ghana, has commissioned a 33-seater digital community center. The facility, located within the Ghana Girl Guides Training Center, adds to a number of fully equipped centers across the country and will serve basic schools within the Achimota catchment area and beyond. Chief Executive Officer of American Tower Corporation Ghana, Ashutosh Singh, speaking at the commissioning ceremony, highlighted the company's resolve to continuously invest in ICT infrastructure to bridge the digital divide and train the human resource of the country.
At ATC Ghana, the Digital Communities program is one of the key flagship initiatives in a commitment to drive the development of highly skilled professionals for Ghana's telecommunications industry, as well as support a digitally driven socio-economic life in line with our sustainability commitment. This is important to us because as the leading provider of telecommunications infrastructure to support network connectivity in Ghana, the availability of highly skilled ICT professionals is key to sustainability of our operations. The digital communities, therefore, is positioned strategically to pique the interest of pupils in ICT at a young age. ATC Ghana's commitment is not in isolation. Globally, American Tower sustainability initiatives focus heavily on digital literacy, where we leverage technology to improve access to quality education and the lives of underserved and unserved communities. The digital communities, as you will see when you tour the facility, are computer-equipped learning centers that utilize uninterrupted power supply and broadband connection from our tower sites.
Ashutosh Singh is Chief Executive Officer of American Tower Corporation Ghana. Meanwhile, the U.S. Ambassador to Ghana, Virginia Palmer, has commended ATC Ghana for its Digital Community Center initiative.
I really am happy to be here at the commissioning of the Digital Community Center. It builds on ATC's long-standing efforts to expand digital inclusion across the country. And the effort now includes 19 facilities, 10 previously and the 9 we're commissioning today, from Upper West to the Volta. And it's especially meaningful for me to see the collaboration between the Ghana Girl Guides Association and ATC as part of this initiative. The United States is committed to supporting girls and women as equal partners in the workforce to help strengthen Ghana's economy. And there are Ghanaian women doing fantastic things all over, but as Merrick pointed out, if a girl is successful, her family is successful, her community is successful, and her nation is successful. So there is truly nothing more important, I think, than girl-child education. And STEM education now and ICT education is really essential to success in the modern economy. So this effort is just wonderful.
You heard Virginia Palmer, she's U.S. Ambassador to Ghana. And that's all for City Business News on Eyewitness News. The business news is brought to you by GCB Bank PLC, GCB Personal Loan. Make that big move and dream a reality. My name is Ajua Tinkrama Domna. Thank you for listening. Up next is Point Blank.
Hello, Linda! You won't believe what I am planning next. I want to start my postgraduate degree, buy a car, and build my dream home. But you know what's stopping me?
What's that, Mike?
Money, oh. That be my biggest wahala.
Oh, you are sorted, cry. With a GCB Big Move personal loan promo, you can borrow up to a whopping 400,000 Ghana cedis at a significantly reduced interest rate in less than 24 hours.
Like, seriously? How do I qualify?
Yes, it's available to all GCB salary account holders. Plus, you get a 2-month grace period before you start to pay back.
Susket, I'm opening an account with GCB now.
Get a personal loan of up to 400,000 Ghana cedis at a significantly reduced interest rate in less than 24 hours. Call 0800-422-422 or visit your nearest GCB branch today to fund your next big move as we celebrate 70 years of greatness. T's and C's apply. GCB Bank, your bank for life.
You know, Papa, see that? And it's rickety car. Hey, Papa! Bobo, so how's your engine now? It is half man, half amazing. Thanks to Cause and you can feel better energy. Can't touch this. Charlie, guys, so Sancho's engine just died like that? Yes, so somebody managed to convince him that there is a better engine oil than Quartz, and he switched. Sancho Panza. Now, which engine oil can be better than Quartz? No other, my guy. Quartz with its age-resistant technology, it keeps your engine younger for longer. Now you know. Have you guys seen the new bottle design? It's superb. Quartz 9000 from Total Energies there improves fuel efficiency. Why do you think Mr. Mane and Logoso have taken the Quartz Nation movement World Cup like that? Sorry. Chairman. Quartz. Keep your engine younger for longer.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Umaru Sanda Amadu. Tonight on Point Blank, the New Patriotic Party is planning to elect parliamentary candidates in cases where it does not have sitting MPs. Constituency that the NPP does not have a sitting MP, which is also constituencies that NDC has MPs. There will be elections this weekend. Constituencies that NDC currently holds. And there's one independent MP. So the MPP is starting the process by choosing parliamentary candidates there. So tonight on Point Blank, we are starting a series of interviews talking to parliamentary aspirants in the various constituencies ahead of the weekend's elections. We're starting off from our own constituency where Citi FM is located, this Korle Kloti. the constituency of Zaneto Ajiman Rawlings. The NPP is hoping to take that seat from her. 3 persons are contesting for this particular race for the weekend. One of them is my guest on Point Blank, Harry Harold Quarty. He's joined me in studio. You're welcome to Point Blank. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing very well.
Everything fine?
Everything fine.
Vimde?
Vimde.
Are you sure?
Vimde.
Which part of the constituency are you from?
Okay, I traced my roots from Osu. In fact, former parliamentary candidate, Gilbert Quarty, is my uncle. That's my father's cousin. But then I was born and bred in Adabaka. This is where I've stayed all my life.
So you're an Adabaka boy?
I'll be Adabaka boy.
But I don't see you before.
Yeah, they see for TV talk.
For TV? No. I mean, me and you there at Adabaka, we they eat for here, they walk around.
They see you.
Yeah. Do you play at Sahara Park?
Yes, I used to be a footballer, so I've been playing. I played BT.
I see.
International, yeah.
Oh, okay,
yes,
okay.
I played BT International.
Tell me first of all who you are before we proceed. So you are Harold, and
yes,
what are you doing?
I'm Harry Harold Quarty. I had my first degree at Valley View University. I studied BBA in marketing.
Okay.
Then in 2015, I did these security courses at the Ghana Stock Exchange. Then in 2022, I had my master's in Legon. I studied economics policy management at the University of Ghana. Well, I used to be a footballer. I joined politics in 2019, and the journey has been good so far.
Only 2019? Just 4 years ago?
Yes, just 4 years ago.
So before 2019, you were not doing politics?
No, I wasn't doing active politics, but I was with the party. I was supporting NPP.
So when did you get your party card?
Okay, I had my party card in 2017.
2017?
Yes.
But then it means you joined politics in 2017?
Yes.
Or what do you mean by you joined politics?
I became active in politics in 2019. That was when I decided to contest for the PC.
Okay.
It was quite strange to a lot of people because, they were like, you've not been part of the activities here all this while, and just now you want to contest for the MP. And I told them that's what I want to do.
But that's a fair question, right?
Yes, that's a fair question.
It means you've not been nurturing the constituency.
I've been nurturing the constituency. I've been supporting some of the executives, the past executives, even their constituency executive election in 2018. I was with them. I supported some of the executives.
Do you know anything about your constituency?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Who is your first MP in 92?
In 92,
Harry Cafe, you said you want to be MP.
You see, in 96.
You didn't have an MP in 92 in Kole Klote?
You didn't have an MP in 92.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Why?
I think that was when the party boycotted.
No, not NPP MPO. I mean, who is your... Okay, tell me who are some of your former MPs for this constituency.
David Lamte. He was the MP in 96.
Okay.
Then in 2000, it was Raidu Mante. He won in 2000, 2004.
Okay. That's MPP.
That is MPP.
But David Lamte is NDC.
David Lamte is NDC. And in 2008, Dumante lost to... No, Ajita lost to Nyamashite, NDC.
Okay.
And since then, we've lost the seat for the past 16 years.
So Nyamashite handed over to who?
Zenato. He won the seat for 2 consecutive terms.
And then...
Zenato was winning for
So you know this nicely.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, in 92, we never had... NPP never had...
Okay, so you thought I was referring to your party?
Yes, I thought you were referring to my
party. So far, your party has had the seat only twice?
Yes.
8 years?
Yes, 8 years. From 2000 to 2008.
How come you lost the seat since then and you've not been able to?
Well, I think what I can say is that in 2016...
Come close to the microphone.
In 2016, you realized that there was a wind of change. So we had the opportunity to win the 2016 elections. But then we had, this is a conventional wisdom, that we had issues with the party, the internal issues, where we had one candidate who went for independent because purportedly he wasn't treated well. So he decided to go for independent. And
2016 was when he had Akufo-Addo's lawyer, Philip Addison.
Yes, Philip Addison.
Being your candidate.
Being our candidate.
Beating, I don't know whether he beat, but Nino left.
Yes.
And went
no. They went for the elections and then he won the election.
Okay,
he won
Philip won.
Yeah, Philip won.
And Nino left.
He left.
Okay.
He left for...
So you're thinking that if... And Nino went independent.
Yes, in 2016.
So your thinking is that if he had stayed...
And
he and Philip Addison, they would have defeated Zaneto.
Yes, because you see, if you had joined their vote, the difference would have been just about 400 votes. Because the difference between Lawyer Philip Addison and Zenato was just about 3,000. 3,000 and something. And Nino had, I think, over 3,000 votes. So if you had joined Nino's vote and Lawyer Philip Addison's vote, you realize that the difference would have just been about 400 votes. But the thing is that a lot of NPP people voted for Zenato.
Okay.
And a lot of them didn't vote. So if he had supported him at that time, all those votes would have been for Lola Philip and would have won the seat.
But 2020, that problem did not happen. But yet you still lost.
In 2020, we had internal issue. That has been the reason why we've not been able to win the seat. So we are hoping that this time around, during the primaries and after the primaries, it's going to be very peaceful so that we can have a united front.
Yeah, but I'm saying that if disunity was the reason you lost 2016, then 2020 you should have won.
Yeah, I'm saying that in 2020 we had internal problem.
Again. But it wasn't disunity.
It wasn't
Or it wasn't out there.
Yeah, it wasn't out there, but we had internal problem. That was the reason why we couldn't win.
And this year you
and
don't
this year
have.
we are trying our best to unite the front.
Philip Addison is not running again.
No,
is
he's
he?
not running again.
Wait, who did you field as a party in 2020?
Lower Prince Apiadeba.
Where is he?
Okay, initially he was supposed to be part of the race, but for some reasons he
decided to withdraw.
Yeah,
So now you want to go.
Yes.
And you're going against two people.
I'm going against
Tell
two
me
people.
about you, why you think you should be the one to be chosen. Because Nino is back,
Yes.
seeking to take the position that he has always been fighting
Yes.
for. Why should they go? He was chairman. I think he was constituency
Yes, he was
chairman
a
at a point.
constituency- Yes, he was a constituency
So it means that
chairman
he
at a
has grown through and then come all the way to constituency chairman and try to be parliamentary candidate.
Yes.
Why should they leave him with all the experience and come to you, a footballer who wants to do politics?
Well, I believe first of all that I can easily beat Zenato, and I always say that when you are not going to a war and you are not able to, solve your internal issue, you are not able to solve Shiasani, you can't solve your own house problem, it becomes difficult for you to win the war. And I believe strongly that with me, I can easily unite the front, and that is the key. If you're able to unite the front and go into the 2024 elections, you are going to be Zenato. That's why I feel I am the best candidate amongst the rest. And I have the geographical advantage as well. I've been with them here in Adraka, and I believe that Zenato is not going to win a single polling station in Adraka.
Why? She's been touring Sahara Park wearing Wellington boots, talking to the people whenever there's flooding.
This is why I reside. This is why I was born. I've been here all my life. The people know me, they see me all the time. So, the people of Adraka would also be happy to have an MP in Adraka.
But you cannot win the seat with just Adraka. You need Asylum Down.
Yes,
you need
yes.
Osu.
When I say Adraka, I mean Asylum Down is part to this part. That's what I mean.
Yeah, but
the 5 electoral areas.
How many electoral areas do you have?
Here we have North Adraka. We have
No,
5.
I mean the whole constituency.
Let's say 9.
You have 9.
9 electoral areas.
And you think that you are good in 5?
I'm good.
In 5?
In the main election, I have advantage here in Adraka. I have advantage in Adraka. I have an advantage in Asylum Down. I have an advantage at Tudu and the North Adraka.
Doesn't Osu have more people than this side?
No, Adraka. We have
so
more
you have
people.
more population.
Yes,
the population here is higher than the Osu
exactly,
side.
Exactly.
I see.
Exactly.
Okay. What are your policies for the constituency?
Well, I'm looking at a way to develop this socio-economic, and I'm looking at human capital development.
Explain.
Yes, so for here in Klotikoli, we are blessed to have a lot of, it's a rich constituency.
Is it?
We don't have any infrastructure problem, a lot of that. We have good roads here, we have beautiful hospitals around, we have good schools. So I believe that the problem we have here is how to develop the human capital. So I'm looking at how to create employment, I'm looking at education, and I'm also going to look at sports, how to, develop this constituency using sports.
So tell me how you're planning to develop it using...
Well, with education...
You talk about human development. So explain. You said those are the things that have to be done.
So I'm looking at the social things that are going to impact social economic development.
So what are these things? And
so
how are you going...
I'm talking about income. I'm talking about education. I'm talking about employment. These are the things that I'm going to...
What is the problem with education that you want to fix?
Well, okay, so if I want to be pragmatic here, I have a couple of friends that I always say that I believe that if not for the fact that my dad probably he has something small to push me to go to school, I would have probably been seen, walking around the street of Arabaka doing nothing. And I believe a lot of young guys here, they have the will to go to school, but they struggle financially. So I'm trying to set up a system, a system where we are going to help people, not brilliant. Brilliant but needy. Those who are willing to go to the universities, who do not have the financial support. We are going to set up a system where we are going to send people to school, at least 10 or 20 people to the university for free. And it's just for the year. We are going to do that for the 4 years. And whilst they are there, the people supporting, the companies, the individuals supporting, especially the companies, what we are going to do is that whilst they are in school on scholarship, during, their second year, they'll be having their internship with the companies around, and after that, they might be having their national service with them. So by the time they'll be done with the national service, I believe that most of the companies are going to employ them. So we are going to look at the way we get them to school. Then when they are done with the university, they don't come to sit at home.
This is Point Blank on Eyewitness News. We are broadcasting from number 11, Dr. Martin Loop in Adabraka in Accra. My name is Umaru Sandama. My guest is an MPP parliamentary hopeful for the Korle-Klottey constituency, Harry Harold Quartey. He says he wants to be the one to lead the party into the general elections of 2024, and he believes he's the one who can take the seat from Dr. Zaneto Ajiman Rollins, and he was just walking me through his policies. You've also talked about using football or sports to develop the human capital of this constituency.
Yes.
Expand on that.
Okay, so when you look at this, you have been in the constituency, so you believe that we have good talent.
For 13 years.
For 13 years, and you talk about Sarah and all that. We have some good footballers here, but you see, I told you I'm a football administrator. I have run a football club before, and I know what the football teams, what the club, what they need. Some of them are not able to get the support to need to push the kids. So what we are going to do is that we are going to help provide some of the sport equipment for the clubs in the constituency. For instance, their footballs, their bibs, the cones they use in training and all that. And then most of the talent around, we are going to do our best to help them. Because I believe we have great talent here, and not just football. We have, I believe, when you're young boys, we have young boys here who are very interested in boxing. But you see, you go to training and come back without getting something to it. It becomes very difficult.
But as an MP, how can you do that?
Yes,
There's a National Sports Authority.
Yes, but
there's GFA doing its own thing.
Exactly,
So what can you do directly?
But if I'm here as an MP in this constituency, I can take advantage of the office. As an individual, it becomes very problem to get the resources and get the support.
So use your office to do what?
So I can use the office of the MP. You know, the office of the MP, it comes with respect, it comes with integrity, and most importantly, it comes with credibility. So they can look at my office and then say, okay, this is what the guy wants to do. Let's help him.
So what does a guy want to do?
So you talk about the football stuff. So, okay, I want to say that there are football clubs here. I want you guys to support them with football equipment so that they can help.
And who will do that support? Where is the support coming from?
It's going to come from the people that I talk to. There are a lot of individuals here who are willing to produce public goods, who are willing to support. They've not had people to go to them. So I'm going to do all that.
Even 2 hours of rain can cause flooding in Sahara, Odona, and all these places. You have lived here all these years. What causes that?
Yes, so I was telling my people that you have to be the change that you want to see. And that has been my mood. I've been very consistent with this message. I've told them that, you see, there is no government who can actually solve this flood problem if you don't get yourself involved. For instance, if the government is doing its best to solve the problem, and then you drink a bottle of water, and you just litter it around, you throw it in the gutters, nothing can stop that. So we have to come together and solve the problem. We need to understand that we have to solve our own problem. The flood problem, it is our problem, and we need to solve it. So what we are going to do is that, I even told them that, it was quite ridiculous, but I was like, even if government should provide dustbins at the vantage point where when people, the pedestrians are walking around, they can just throw or maybe dump their garbage or whatever. You see people wake up at dawn and go into their house, I'm a shamballer, they'll go and put it in the dustbin. So we try to make them understand that the problem is our problem. It is not a government problem. The MP cannot do it alone. The government cannot do it alone. You need to be involved. You need to make sure. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to involve even the CIDs, the police. I'm going to involve the influential people in every electoral area where they are going to be part of the cleanup exercise. So what it means is that if you see the CID in the gutter, clean the gutters, I don't think it's going to scare you. So you're going to be careful to just litter around the place.
Have you been doing that in your private capacity?
In my private capacity, no.
Have you done any cleanup exercise?
Well, I have been part of a lot of cleanup exercises.
But you didn't organize one?
No, I've not organized one.
So what have you organized as a parliamentary candidate hopeful?
Okay, so
have you organized football gala or watch eating competition or anything?
That is one thing that I don't want to do. I don't want to do this because, you see, even if you should check our national statistics in terms of revenue and expenditure, in every election year, you realize that relatively the expenditure is quite, bigger than the revenue. And I was asked to even, engage in some NHIS training and all that, NHIS card. I thought I'm not going to do it, even though it wasn't going to be my money. I'm not going to do that because for the past 4 years, I've not been doing these things. Why now? So it's not for the fact that I want to become a parliamentary candidate, then I will start doing all these things because I will need the resources. So I'm going to do these things when I win. So you can judge me based on the things that I have done.
So Ohamono, and you want them to vote for
me, Hamono, everybody knows. I sacrifice the little that I have.
How much have you spent on your campaign so far?
I don't want to mention that.
Okay, but where do you get the money to to do the campaign?
You see, I don't have any godfather. I've been doing this thing alone.
But you said your father is rich, so your father is
my father is not rich. He's just he's a retared civil servant.
So where do you get the money from to campaign?
But for my business, and there are a lot of, like I told you, I'm a football athlete. I've heard of a lot of guys. So some of the guys that I've helped, they are supporting me. And my dad, Charlie, God bless him so much. He's been my backbone for all this.
Odona is a big hub of mechanics or vehicle repairers, all of these things.
Yeah.
If you became MP, what do you think is a problem there that has to be fixed? Or you don't think they have any problem at all?
The problem there that has to be fixed is a flood. And they have to do that themselves.
How?
They make the place dirty. They try to make things difficult for them.
Is the odor is not drenched? It's not their fault. They
exactly.
They don't put rubbish in the odor.
So even if the odor is drenched and they are littering around themselves in the area, the dirt will definitely go into the odor. So it becomes a problem. So I believe the major problem there is their flood. Aside that, I think the roads have been tiled and all. They've used pavement block to
do it,
to give them a good.
I'm giving you 30 seconds to speak to the people of Korle Klottey, and the MPP delegates, and tell them why they should vote for you on Saturday. You can speak Ga or English, whichever one you want.
In will be Fanny or Klottey Korle, my people in Klottey Korle. I want to take this opportunity to thank you so much for your support for all this while, and I'm asking you that on the 2nd December, coming Saturday, you should vote for Harry Howard Quartey, and you are not going to regret. You guys are never going to regret voting for me, and I'm going to be the best MP for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Harry, and wish you all the best, and thank you for speaking to us.
Thank you very much.
So that's Harry Harold Quartey. He is hoping to be the MPP parliamentary candidate for the Korle Klottey constituency. My name is Umaru Sanda Amado. This will be it for Eyewitness News tonight. I did this with Ajua Tinkroma Domina. Production by Kobna Wilson, Beverly London, and Sami Wiafe. Technical support from Desmond Nyako, and new media support from Edwin Kwakofi. We'll return tomorrow at 17:30 GMT. Thank you for listening. Up next is Pitchside podcast from the City Sports team. Stay tuned in.